What's going on, guys? Tonight I got a Sugar Rush peach from my buddy Joe. Seeds he got from Brian Townsend. And this is always a delicious pepper. See if I can get an interesting cut on this. I don't know if I'll be able to get it directly down the center, but there we go. All right. I actually got a pretty decent cut thanks to this knife. I don't know how well it's going to do it justice, but that is the Sugar Rush peach. And we're going to give it a try. So this is actually what they considered the improved version of the Sugar Rush. They basically selectively breed the genetics they like, such as shape of the pod or the heat level or how prolific the plant is. You keep picking seeds from specific phenotypes or genotypes. You can pretty much stabilize a specific phenotype, but we're going to give it a try. That one is absolutely delicious. Again, it's a Sugar Rush, so it's sugary sweet. That one had a very defined flavor, though. I've always gotten fruitiness and the super sweet, but this one was very distinct, and the flavor I'm actually getting from it is like an apple. Like a really is like an apple if we were to pour sugar on it. It's just really fruity and sugary with an apple flavor to it. He's just barely moving the needle. I'd say like a 0.5 to a 1 at most. It's not bred to be hot. I mean, this is definitely one of the hotter ones that I've had. So I think he did kind of selectively breed it for flavor and heat. This one is warm for a Sugar Rush. They can get pretty warm. This one was just that very distinct flavor. And it tasted like, I said, an apple with sugar on it. It's the best way I can really describe it. It's super fruity and super sweet. No floral, no bitter. First bite was literally just like a spoonful of like simple syrup or something like that. Something just super sweet, delicious. And then the sweetness started coming down a little bit. I got this very distinct apple flavor, just fruity, very apple-like, with a really good sweetness. If anybody has not had the Sugar Rush, I highly suggest it, especially if it's coming from Brian Townsend seeds. Again, this was grown by my buddy Joe, but it came from Brian. Joe's just a really, really good grower because you just taste that this one was taken care of. A very, very strong, distinct flavor. Didn't taste watered down. Like, sometimes even if the pod looks good, it shows that it's malnourished through the flavor or the heat. It won't be as hot as usual, or it'll just be bitter and floral. A lot of those aspects to the pepper are actually determined by a lot of the factors like your environment, their environment rather, temperature, inclement weather, nutrients in the soil. And then when you get one that's grown with the perfect combination of those factors, it just makes a star of a pepper. I can tell that one was grown very, very well because that was probably the best pepper I think I've ever had. Flavor-wise, heat was just a tingle for a little while. It's not very aggressive. It's not a very hot burn, and it doesn't really hang on for long. Now, someone who's completely new to eating peppers, that would probably still burn them up pretty good. Excuse me. But they would at least enjoy that flavor because that's a flavor I think anybody would love. Still pulling pieces of it out of my teeth. I get that sweet flavor again. It just blows my mind that it touched on that apple flavor so hard. It was very distinct. It literally tasted like I took an apple, poured some sugar on it, or maybe some simple syrup, and then took a nice big bite of it. It's absolutely delicious. I've had a lot of them before, but none nearly as good as that one. They were all good, don't get me wrong. They were all fantastic. In fact, they're definitely up there in one of my favorite tasting peppers. But that one specifically was the best flavor I've ever had. So the only flavor that really hung on, it's funny because it was a very distinct apple flavor, but as that flavor diminished, there was still a fruity flavor left. It just wasn't a distinct fruity flavor like knowing it tasted like an apple. There was a good fruitiness left in my mouth. That was the only flavor that stayed. I think that's pretty much completely gone by now. I said heat lingered a little bit. Back down to 0, obviously. Well, burn's gone. Flavor's gone. All right, guys. Burn daily.